2 years ago, I had to have a pinched nerve rerouted in my left hand, but the nerve was pinched in my elbow. And how it got pinched in my elbow, but it affected my hand. And I went. They had a big gash about halfway from my elbow to my shoulder, down about halfway to my hand.
Mm.
They had me in a cast and had a string tied around the cast around my thumb so it wouldn't ride up.
Well,
And they said it'd be maybe a year before you using that hand. I said I disagree with you to the doctor and the nurse.
yes.
And I come home. I got that little guitar down. Now I couldn't bend my hand down. I could stand it up on my left knee and hold my hand up just like in a cast. And I'd start picking that guitar note and it kept my fingers moving. I do it a little while and rest them. I do a little while and rest them. And a week I went back. They x-rayed it. They took the cast off and threw it in a garbage can.
Well, you ought to look up Buster Kinsey on YouTube. He's
Who?
Buster Kinsey. That's what he goes by. No, don't have much voice today. But
My
anyway,
mouth gets so wrong.
yeah.
I've drunk a whole bottle of water since I've been in here.
Anyway, he's so short that he plays the guitar in his lap like he would a dobro.
Uh,
And sings, boy. He's loud. He's a loud singer. He's one of them loud ones.
Yeah.
Pierce through a crowd.
but lately I've been going back and picking up some of them old time musicians out of the Appalachian Mountains and places like that.
Yeah.
They were fantastic musicians. They only used the violin, guitar, mandolin, and a banjo.
Yeah.
Sometimes a bass.
Yes.
This one group they use a tub. This lady plays it. It's made out of a washing tub,
Uh-huh.
and she sets one foot up on it, hold it down,
I think I've seen
and
those.
got one string on it. But she keeps perfect time with the musicians.
Yeah.
If I didn't hear it wrong, she's the number one of playing that kind of drum
Yeah.
or bass.
Yeah. I'm sure most of the younger generations never heard of playing anything like that and playing washboards and stuff like that.
They make a banjo. Somebody give them a groundhog hide. They put on the banjo.
Mm-hmm.
So plastic be a groundhog hide. Can you remember? Can you imagine how long it lasts though?
Yeah. I think it was Doc Watson that talked about skinning a cat for a banjo.
Yeah, I've heard,
He
heard of
said
that.
Said that he had a cat. His grandma had a cat that was about the end of its life, and they killed it, and they skinned the cat and put the banjo head on. Made a banjo head out of it.
I've got a pretty good old banjo, but I don't play it much.
Yeah.
It's some things it's hard for me to pick with my bad hands. Got them metal plates in them, the
Yeah.
two middle knuckle fingers.
Yeah.
I get to try and do things, pick up things. It's hard to pick up. Now I can have a fork eating. First thing you know, that fork will fly out of my hand.
Well.
Because I ain't got enough grip and strength to hold it. It just gets too heavy and just slips right out of my hand.
Yeah. I thought with this cold that I'd start coughing more than I did when I started making these videos, but I think I kind of lost my voice a little bit.
A springtime cold is hard to get rid of.
Yeah.
It's easier. It's easier to eat a piece of fried chicken is to get rid of that stuffy nose.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I did. I think it was last night. I got some lemonade. Boy, that first sip burned like crazy, but the rest of it, when I drank it, it felt so good.
All right.
I don't know why, you know.
Have you tried to gargle salt water?
I've tried that, but it doesn't help much usually.
All right. And a teaspoonful of honey might help just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to take much, just maybe a teaspoonful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom puts honey in
But
her
you-
coffee.
But you know, honey, it's one of the purest foods they are.
Yes.
Yes.
You can take a quart jar or a pint, either one. Fill that honey, fill it up with honey, put the lid on good and tight. You can dig you a hole like you're digging a post hole.
Someone was detected.
Set that down in there
Yeah.
and cover it up for 10 years and go back and just fresh as what you put it in.
Yes. I've heard about that.
Anyway, honey is a healing thing.
Yes.
And see, God made all those things.
Yes.
And even every herb it grows out of the ground is for use of people,
Yes.
but they abused it.
Yes.
Some of the best greens I ever ate in my life is wild green.
Yes.
Just go out in the field and where they used to plant the corn and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And when they had that corn laid by, you can go through and get some of the best greens you ever put in your mouth.
Well.
You'd find all kinds of greens. You would find anything from wild mustard, turnips. You'd find what you call watercress.
Yeah.
Some call it sweet creasy.
Hmm.
That's the best greens I ever ate in my life. If I had something like that now, I guess I'd overeat.
Yeah.
And they always fried it in bacon grease. It wasn't oil, but they didn't have too much, just enough to season.
Yeah.
But they determined today, though, that actually that kind of grease is more healthy than a lot of these oils people use.
Yeah.
And I kind of believe that.
I think we were lied to for a long time.
Right, we were.
You know what? I heard one time that there was an abundance of milk production or something like that. And the next thing you know, they started putting out TV commercials that milk is good for you, milk is good for you, milk is good for you. You know?
Yeah.
I remember for a while there, they said coffee was bad for you.
Well, now they'll say it's good for you.
Yeah.
They used to say eggs are bad for you. Now the eggs supposed to be good for you. Eat 2 a day.
Yeah. Yeah. Where you can go wrong with coffee is when you add sweetener and stuff to it,
That's
sugar.
it.
Yeah.
Now I like to add cream to coffee.
Yeah.
Have you ever made what they call cream gravy?
No, never have.
It's carnation cream or a good cream. Instead of using milk, use that cream.
Yeah.
You put a flavor in that like you never tried before. I like white gravy. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But that cream gravy, it's got a flavor all of its own. You try some sometime. You make it just like you would milk and flour gravy.
Yeah.
Still use milk, you just use the cream.
Yeah.
Put some black pepper in there. When you get ready to eat it, pour it over a biscuit, you'll eat it.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to make you hungry.
There was a place that we used to live near, and I guess they had brown sausage gravy, and I couldn't stand to eat it when I was a child, but I like it now.
Yeah, I like a good sausage gravy. But I like it small pieces sausage, not the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I like good sausage gravy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you another gravy I like. I ain't eating a good while. It's nothing but cornmeal gravy.
Cornmeal.
Cornmeal gravy.
Yeah. I think it was my grandmother one time. She made some sort of gravy, and I thought it was the nastiest stuff I ever tasted. I forgot what it was. Of course, she passed away when I was 9 years old, so I don't remember too much about that. But
All right. But you take just every day eating is the best you can get.
yeah,
Just what you fix at home.
yes,
Almost well, I think I'll probably pay pan of potatoes and fry me a pork chop today.
it sounds good.
That's a good meal.
Yeah,
Make me a pan of biscuits and make me some gravy. Ours is another good meal.
yes,
Eat 3 times a day. You get.
yes,
It don't take a lot of fancy stuff sitting on the table to make a meal.
yes. Every time we make a turkey, we get the giblets out and make gravy with them.
Yeah.
I know that'd gross some people out, but boy, is it good.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you go.
Yeah.
Say good night. I know it ain't dark yet, but it won't be long.
Yeah, prayed I get over this cold soon.
All right, I'll be praying for that.
Yeah,
And I also need your prayer. Like I said, about this time every day, my head stops up, my nose stops up. Gets hard to breathe.
yeah. I understand that too.
My mouth gets so dry anymore. And they've got me on a sugar shot
Oh,
1 time a week.
you on Ozempic or something, or?
Now, I'm on the borderline
Oh,
of being diabetic,
oh,
and I take 1 shot a week.
I take
Other than sitting in there, I said, "Well, I think I'm going to get up and go shoot myself."
I take Ozempic once a week. I don't know what you're taking, but there's all kinds of that stuff out nowadays that does basically the same thing.
Is it got a big syringe, something like a syringe?
Yeah, something like a syringe, and it's got a screw on the
Yeah,
rear
on
end
the
of
end,
it.
you pull that off,
Yeah,
and you got a lock on the little thing up on the end. You unlock it.
I don't have a lock on mine. I don't know why.
What I got the but doctors don't. Here's something doctors don't know, and it'll scare them to death. Your blood sugar, it fluctuates. It'll go up and down.
I know.
It'll be down one day, up the next.
Yeah,
And same way of blood pressure. It'll go up one day, it'll be back down next. And if you're in a lot of pain, that causes your blood pressure to rise.
yes,
And it can lay dormant for years.
Yes.
I don't want to see it fire up.
Yes.
And I tell you what, where they put me on some pills, I went in. They didn't tell me to be fasting
Oh.
before I went to the doctor's office.
Yeah.
But to make a quick snack, I ate me one of these little sweet cakes and drank me a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And when I got there, they took a blood test, and that sugar had just got to circulate in my body.
Oh.
Boy, that scared the doctor to death and the nurse to death.
Yeah. 'Cause that raise your blood sugar in about 250 in no time or so,
Yeah.
and better go right back down. You know.
Or 200.
Yeah.
I told my doctor, I said, hey, I'm going to say something. I said, don't a person's sugar fluctuate up and down the same as blood pressure does? He said, yes.
Yeah.
I said, that morning you took my blood for sugar. I just eat something sweet because nobody told me I was supposed to be a fasting.
Oh.
But I kind of keep it checked. I watch how much sweets I eat.
Yeah. I need to watch better.
But you can't buy no kind of food hardly unless it's got sugar in it.
I know.
Even if it's diet, it's still got sugar in it.
Yeah.
And that artificial sweetener, that's some of the worst stuff you can take in your system.
Yeah.
It don't make you sick one way, it will another way.
Yeah.
There's one kind of that stuff. I put that in my mouth. I'm sick as a dog for about an hour.
That's
I
something.
cannot. I heard what it was. I don't fool with it no more. They used to put a lot of it in drinks,
Yeah.
like Diet Coke, Diet sodas and stuff.
Yeah.
I can't stand that kind of stuff, tall.
That's something. I drink way too much of that stuff. I'll be first to admit.
It's something about that sweetener they put in it. I can't stand. I'm allergic to.
Huh.
I'll tell you, that's it. And if I'm going on a long trip, say if I was leaving down here, come to your house, I wouldn't drink no tea or nothing.
Yeah.
And water, I just sip it along.
Yeah.
You get out on a road like that and it goes the wrong way, ain't no place to stop.
Yeah.
Used to be there were, but not anymore.
Yeah.
But I'll say good night right here. Go eat me a bite.
All right.
Let's settle for bedtime.
Yeah.
And never, I'm going to tell you one more thing. Never eat a banana before you go to bed at night.
Oh, well. Banana is one of the very few things that will upset my stomach.
You eat one that's a little bit on the green side,
Yeah.
it won't digest on your stomach.
Yeah.
It cause you to have nightmares.
Yeah.
It might not everybody, but it sure would me.
Oh.
It'll at least have you on the stomach. You can't rest.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say good night. I'll let you go. God, Lord's will. We'll be back tomorrow.
Good night and God bless.
And let's pray for each other. Neither one of us will be sick tomorrow evening.
Yes, amen. I'm going to get over this soon.
Yeah.
At least I'm
We'll
not,
get over it.
at least I'm not coughing.
It won't
too
be
much.
long before you can't stick your head out.
Yeah.